Get that one?
Well, I guess you can guess whose seat that is up there. That's Mr. Brown's the other night, getting ready to leave, and Brian was sitting up there with him, and so was I. And Brian said, well, Dad, you better grab that chair and take it home if someone gets it. He kind of looked over at him and said, nah, it'll be fine right there. He said, Matt will make sure no one takes that for me.
You can't describe Coach Brown in one word.
I can't describe him in one word.
There's a lot of words that I think fit him. Class, he's one of the classiest guys I've ever known.
One word that I would use to describe Coach is integrity.
Coach Brown was fair. You basically knew where you stood with him.
When I think of Coach Brown, I think of the word respect.
For me, it'd be loyalty.
One word when I played for Coach Brown would be intense. He was very intense.
Caring. Very caring coach.
In fact, he's one of the most amazing people I've ever known.
I would describe Coach Brown in one word as impactful.
Well, Coach Brown to me, in one word, would be probably selfless. He is the most selfless human I've ever seen in my entire lifetime.
You know, Coach is just so many things. He's awesome, good Christian man. That's not one word, but man, you just got to, there's nothing bad you can say about Coach. So everything you say about Coach is great.
If I had to describe Joe Brown, one word, it'd probably be legend.
I think empathy was one of the things that I learned from you more than anything.
There's so many things that he has done over my life that makes me think of nothing but good and kindness.
Personal, professional, and just overall who I would love to be as a person. That's Joe Brown.
I was going to describe Joe Brown with one word, that'd be humility.
The way I would describe my dad is a true man of God.
One word I would use to describe my grandpa is reliable. I've never once in my life ever had to wonder if he was going to be there for me.
One word to describe my grandpa is just amazing.
My papa was very nice.
My grandpa is everything.
One word that I would describe my dad as is probably integrity. It's hard to describe him in one word, but I think that's pretty much got it.
He is he's the epitome of what a Savannah Bulldog alumni should be, or what everybody should strive to be.
I'm Robbie Robertson. I played for Coach Brown 1971 to 1975. I've been a senior pastor now in a church for over 30 years.
Hi, I'm Larry Tucker. I played for Coach Brown from 83 to 86, I think. Sophomore, junior, and senior year.
My name is Matthew Murdahl. I'm the head boys basketball coach here at Savannah.
I'm Wade Turney. Graduated from Savannah High School in 1973. Played basketball under Coach Brown for 4 years, and even played baseball under him 1 year. He coached baseball.
Okay, I'm Jim Jensen, coaching in Pittsburgh. Been coaching for 30 years. I played for Mr. Brown in junior high. Played for Mr. Brown in high school.
I've been coaching for 17 years. And I wouldn't be coaching if it wasn't for Coach Brown.
Hi, I'm Charlie Poole. I played for Coach Brown from 1970 to 1974, my freshman through senior years.
My name's Stanley Davis. Played for Coach from 75 to 79, and then he was the superintendent when I was hired here. And basically he did hire me as the boys basketball coach, and I was here for 15 years in that capacity.
Hi, I'm Jim Reeder, and I played for Coach Brown
72, 73, and 74 in football and basketball.
My name is Thomas Davis. I played for Coach Brown from 1979 to 1982, and then went on to college to play basketball.
So he was a teacher and principal here when I went to school here. And then when I graduated college, I came back and applied for a job at Savannah, and Mr. Brown was able to hire me.
I am Steve Bradbury, Savannah Bulldog from 1984 to 1989. Coach Brown coached me for 1 year. His last year to coach, I was a freshman, and I played with his team that played in the state tournament.
Joe, this is old Bill Hensley, and just wanted to talk to you a little bit. Of course, we got to know each other after I started coaching, but you know, of course, he was well known to his athletics.
I came in 1984. I didn't know anything. I mean, just what I played, and I played for my dad, and he and my dad knew each other. Anyway, he hired me, you know, a nobody. I wasn't one of those big college players.
Hi, I'm Eddie Griffin, and I played for Coach Brown from 1977 to 1980, and I played post for him then.
Jamie Lyons, I played basketball for Coach Brown from 1972 to 1976.
My name is James Bond. I graduated from Savannah in 1984, and I came back in 1990, and I believe Coach Brown became the superintendent in 1990, and actually was part of hiring me at Savannah. Been coaching since 90. I was at Savannah for 28 years.
You can say who you are, and then we can go from there.
You ready?
Yes.
My name is Joe Brown. I'm a former coach at Savannah High School, former superintendent and principal, and I coached here at Savannah 18 years, and was here at Savannah 30-something years here at the school. I quit coaching I actually quit coaching in '86 and became a principal. And then I became superintendent. Retired in the '90s, but enjoyed coaching very much. Had a lot of good players. Coaching was just playing ball was just a big part of my life, and so. You know, after I graduated at Eastern and went to Southeastern State and played 2 years, you know, I just enjoyed it. And so I came back here and took the job. But coaching is a very rewarding thing. And it's a very important job because you're dealing with a lot of people. Paul Davis, at that time, was our principal. He was really a tremendous mentor because he had been down this road. He had coached a long time. I played at Eastern State College, and I was really fortunate to lead the score in 2 years. And I played right here for a man named Cotton Patton. And we had some good teams. And I went on and played at Southeastern State for an old man named Bloomer Sullivan. You probably heard of him. So I've really been around some really good people for us, players. And so I've been really fortunate to do that. And when you're a young man growing up and you know, all of a sudden, it's not about you anymore. It's about you fixing to change a person's life, and all of a sudden it just jumps on you. Here it is.
So is there any part of, like, is there a moment when you started coaching where you were like, okay, I'm doing that. This is what I was meant to do? Is there like a time or
you
like...
know, I love to play so much. I knew that's what I was going to do.
So you knew from the, like,
Oh,
when you were
yeah,
playing?
when I got through playing. Here's the deal. I left Southeastern State College in '67. And this job was waiting on me in '67.
Okay. Who is that? Papa Brian and Papa Joe.
Can you show me? Can you hold it up? I'm only in this for the kids. That's why anyone should want to coach. We don't get paid a lot of money and we take a lot of grief sometimes, but seeing the kids improve and turn into great adults is reward enough. I think he's done that, not you.
His impact on me is immeasurable.
Okay, the impact on my life from Coach was the example he set for us in the dressing room.
I would say Coach Brown probably had the most impact on my sports career. He encouraged me. He tried to get the best out of me. He wanted me to be the best and show me what I could do.
He basically taught you that you weren't going to get a participation trophy. You had ups and downs and you dealt with them just like life.
He always made sure that you tried to be as honest a person as you could. And he always stressed that each day you can improve. And it didn't matter what you was doing. And probably the most thing that he really impacted my life with was to believe in yourself.
Because of the way I saw how he treated us was the way I tried to live my life. Respect others, be respectful, and once again, earn respect from others.
I knew in high school that I wanted to be a basketball coach, and he had a lot to do with that.
Here's the goal ball, and it goes to the
And I wanted to, when I started into coaching, I wanted to carry a towel like Coach Brown. And I found out real quick my temperament wasn't the same as his. Mr. Brown's impact on me, it could range from that. He taught us so much. Rules, or I don't know that they're rules that I follow today in my coaching.
He's impacted my life in many, many ways. Mainly mental toughness. He was big on mental toughness, and I taught my kids, my own two sons, how to be mentally tough, and it served us well from some of the stuff we had to go through. We wouldn't have got through it without that. And I owe that all to him.
You taught me fundamentals and principles of basketball. Those lessons learned in sports applied to life. The game was still a game, but the guidance, counsel, and advice you provided did not go away.
He slapped that towel on the ground, screamed at you, or me personally, and wanted the best out of you.
That towel?
Yeah.
That towel got into trouble a few times. But no, we were in there. I always had my towel, and I didn't use it on my players, but you know, there's been a few times that I just had my towel with me all the time, wipe my face. Every once in a while I might pop it and hit the floor or something.
Now I got the towel snapped at me a couple of times as well.
In coaching, I had a bad habit of carrying a towel around and hitting everything in sight.
Coaching wise, yeah, he'd snap that towel, and I got to watch that. I didn't have to experience it.
They might have got it popped off their rear end a time too. I made that mistake one night myself with a towel.
Back when I played, the coach couldn't call timeout. The player had to call timeout, and whoever he hollered at to call timeout was in trouble. And mostly that was me and Brian. But I can never, and he always called me Bear, because that was my nickname in high school. And he'd have that towel cuffed right here, and he'd stand up and say, "Bear, call timeout!" And you're like, crap, what did I do now? Timeout.
Coach would say, "Stanley, let's go down here and shoot about 50 jump shots. Let's go down here and do this and do that." And he did that with not only me, but he did it with any player that wanted to stay. He put in the extra time to help you get better.
He instilled so much more than a love for a sport in me, and I can't even explain like the depth of how deep that goes and how I have applied that to so many aspects of my life.
Coach has been like a grandpa to me. He has, ever since I came here to Savannah and became part of this Bulldog family, I mean, he just took me underneath his wing, just like his son Brian did. Brian's been like a dad to me all these years. I mean, Brian was there when both of my sons were born. You know, Brian is one of my very best friends in this entire world, and then, you know, getting so close with Brian, I got to be close with Joe. As long as I've been the coach here at Savannah, coaching this boys basketball team, there's not been a game that goes by that the coach hadn't called me either before the game or I hadn't called him after the game, and we're talking about it, and we're making adjustments, and we're talking about, you know, how to get better and what we need to do.
Being able to teach somebody to shoot the basketball is, not everybody has that, and you know, you can be a really good player but still not be able to teach somebody how to shoot the ball correctly. And you know, he's just got that, and he's always had it.
To this day, if I have a question, I can call him and ask him, what would you do to address this or fix this? And Mr. Brown's always been there for me.
It seemed like he always had an answer, and he, to have somebody, you know, like him around was just so extremely important that it just made my job a whole lot easier coaching.
You know, Mr. Brown, he still comes up here, you know, 2 and 3 times a week, and he shoots with these kids, and he just pours his heart out into it.
Now, hey, listen, I had lied to you a second ago. I did. I want you to know this. I love you like you're my own grandpa, and I really appreciate everything you've done for me and my family and this program, Coach. And these guys, they love you and they care about you. And
I love you and them too. They know that.
And I don't know if I'd be here if it wasn't for people like you and Coach. So, guys, go ahead and turn around real quick. I had Brian give me this summer. It's your signature, Coach. We put that on the top of our jersey just because we care so much about you. And we wanted to get you one of your own. That way you could keep it there at your house. Because we love you. And you're just a big part of everything that we do here.
Well, it's been many hours.
If I could give you more, I would. I want you to know that.
Hey, don't be giving me nothing else. You hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. So you've done more than you should. You know what this means to us?
I know.
This family and from Mackenzie and a bunch here. I mean,
well, it's been a long time in progress, so maybe we can keep building on it.
Well, we just got to keep it chugging, you know.
Almost every memory I have of Cody My grandpa was in it, and I'm so thankful for that. We spent so much time together in the gym, him trying to make both of us better. You know, essentially, I feel like that's the reason that I started going, was for Cody, and then I kept going, and I developed a love for it because of my grandpa. I remember what he wore with us to shoot in the gym, like old work jeans, and he might have brought some tennis shoes to change into out of his work boots, and he might not have. I catch myself adopting his demeanor and his reaction to things. If I'm gonna take anything from him, it would be how he reacts to things, and his patience and his grace. My earliest memory of my grandfather, I mean, it was in a gym. It was in the old gym. You know, what he has instilled in me, I will instill in my son and my daughter someday.
I've been married to Brian and a part of this family for 33 years now. All I can remember is how heartwarmingly Joe welcomed me into the family and loved us all unconditionally. I'm thankful for his treasured qualities he invested in my husband a long time ago. He sure threw down a good template for everyone to follow, especially Brian.
Some of my favorite memories in high school is when he talked me into playing golf for the first time my senior year in high school. That was quite the experience, but I got to spend a lot of time with him at tournaments and practicing, and I had some of the best times. Even though I was not that great, I still enjoyed spending that time with him.
You know, going to a game with him now is I really enjoy, you know, picking him up and taking him to a ball game.
One of the greatest memories I have with my grandfather is I shared it with Cody, my cousin, and we were playing in the yard one day. We were both playing basketball, and you know, Cody was bigger than me at the time, so he kept, you know, scoring and all this stuff, and I was getting mad, and Grandpa would come out there and he'd kind of tell me, he was like, you're gonna have to grow and get better if you ever want to beat him. It's gonna be that way. And you know, it's times like that I never could get enough of.
One of my favorite memories was watching Dad get down on the floor in his office as superintendent with Cody when he was a baby and when he was little, running around, and I would bring him over. Dad didn't care at that moment who was there or who might have walked in. He just, his whole heart was there at that moment, and that's what he wanted to do, was play. And he has done that with every grandchild he loves. Mariah and Mackenzie and Tanner so much, and he's beaming with love for Jordan and India. You can just see it the way that he looks at them.
Even when the times were really hard, he was always there. He was the rock, I feel like, a lot of times for our family when we really needed it. He is one of the reasons I am who I am today. And I know if my brother was here today, he would also say the same thing. He really made us who we were, for sure. And we both knew what real love was because of the way he loved us and still loves us.
I can remember seeing him play against the famous Marcus Haynes, who probably still regarded as the best ball handler and dribbler of all time. Used to play for the Harlem Globetrotters, started his own touring team. I believe they were called the Magicians. He was incredible. You'd see him dribbling all over the floor. But when he played in Savannah, he was matched up against Coach Brown, who was defending him. And I can't help but believe that Mr. Haynes might have been a little more conservative in his ball handling then, because he didn't want to be embarrassed by this guy who was playing tight man-to-man on him.
My boys at Pittsburgh, he was down working with them, and Mr. Brown got in the shooting contest at the Dallas Maverick game, and as everyone probably knows, went all the way to the All-Star game representing the Dallas Mavericks. And I had asked him one question about that, and he just took it and ran. And my boys were hanging on to everything that he said. And that was a fun moment for me. They didn't know that about him, and it's a story that I like to tell. And just other memories would be him working with my kids and calling me at night after a ball game, wanting to know how we did, and those times to me are special.
The game was going really fast paced. If you know how Joe is, that's not his style of basketball. It was going out of hand. We were turning the basketball over, throwing it away, taking bad shots, and if you know Joe, he always sits at the top of a gym if he gets the opportunity to. He always sits at the top row where he can see, and there was a dead ball situation or something happened, and anyway, something that caught my eye, and it usually doesn't at the top of the bleachers, and it was Mr. Brown. He was sitting up there at the top row, and he was waving both of his hands and his cell phone in one hand. He was pointing at it, and the next thing I know, my phone's ringing in my pocket, so I pulled out my phone, and it was Mr. Brown right there. And I said, "Yes, sir. Yeah, coach." And he said, "You tell Brian he better get a timeout right now. We're going to blow this lead that we got, and there we're going to be." And I said, "Yes, sir." In this time frame or possession there, and Brian's kind of looking at me, like, "You talked on the phone during the game?" And I said, "Coach, it's your dad on the phone." And he said, "We better slow this thing down and get a timeout, or we're going to blow this lead." Now, at the time, that wasn't very funny. Brian didn't think that was funny, but we got out of there with the win that night, and after the ball game, Brian, he looked at me, we kind of grinned and we chuckled about it, and we teased each other, the rest of that season about, his dad still coaching from the top of the stands up there.
I've got a memory of Coach. If you never played for him, or if you never was in any of his practices, you wouldn't know this, but he had something that was called Lyme's disease. Basically what that meant was after the practice was pretty much over, it was time for the lines, the free throw line, the half court line, and then all the way down.
Sophomore year, Coach Brown pulled me out of the basketball game. I went and sat at the end of the bench. He walked down there and said, "If you ever want to play, you may want to come sit next to me." And I did.
I've spent a great number of hours shooting with my grandfather, dribbling, working on all kinds of stuff, drills, plays, free throws, lots of free throws.
Let me tell you a story about my dad and Coach and Joe Brown. And Joe Brown has told me this story before. And I think Coach was my dad started his coaching at Kiowa. And I can't remember if Coach, he was a sophomore, freshman, junior, senior, but they were playing Kiowa. Coach got fouled with no time on the clock. He went to the free throw line and he was going to shoot to win. Well, and there was people. He said there was people standing all out on the court at Kiowa, and he missed both. After the game, my dad went in the dressing room and told him, said, "Hey, you'll get over that. You're a great player." And that was when their relationship started.
Coach, the one thing that we do want to thank you for, and that one, this is a little tough, is taking Dad around. You don't know how much that meant to our family and how much it meant to Dad that you took him to basketball games, took him to football games when he couldn't drive anymore. It was immense, and he appreciated it, and he loved you very much for that, and we thank you.
Coach Brown was always the type of person that very caring. It didn't matter if you was a player for him or not, a student. If they needed any help of any kind, he'd go way out of his way to help them. He always did.
Playing for my dad was a good experience, really good. Had a great time. There were some tough times in there, You know, he was really a stern coach, and you know, he wanted me to be my best, and we spent a lot of time in this gym, and a lot of time shooting, and a lot of time working, and you know, I was pretty hard-headed and stubborn, but he always ended up winning. And you know, I've just I thank God every day that I got to play for him.
You know, as I look back, I have always looked up to Coach Brown. In about the 4th or 5th grade, I've really just fell in love with the coaching aspect and the administration aspect, and I've never really wavered from wanting to do that, to make that my career. And I had a great mentor. I would see Coach Brown walking down the hallways and outside, and he would pick up trash and throw it away when nobody was around. He would hug you, he would give you a high five, he would rub you on the head, he would stop, and I know he was super busy and have individual conversations with you. He would make me bring my report cards back when I went to college to make sure I was getting the grades. He would constantly check with phone calls, with texts, with Howard to make sure I was doing and had everything I needed to be successful. But just to see him as a role model daily, coaching wise, administratively, and just see how he treated people, I do try to follow that lead. And you know, I always tell myself, if I could be half the administrator and half the person that Coach Brown is, that I would be a very successful.
He would say, okay, everybody on the baseline. And we'd all sit down over there, lean up against the wall, and you know, he may talk for 15 minutes, he may talk for 30 minutes. And at the time, you know, when you're 17, 18 years old, you don't really understand that. You're ready to practice and you're ready to play. You've been to school all day and you're ready to go. And you know, the things that he would talk about would be, you know, obviously maybe who we were going to play, or you know, what we were going to do or work on. Then he would touch on stuff, you know, everyday life stuff, things that are important to you in everyday life. And you know, I didn't realize how important that was until I started coaching. You know, I set my kids down on the baseline and started talking to them, and then I realized exactly what he had been doing for all those years.
This man is pushing 80 years old, and he's still chasing rebounds down for the kids of this community.
He has spent countless hours in the gym with kids that he may have only met once, kids that he may have watched grow up.
His unconditional love and passion for the youth and this game, and how they can take that and bottle it and use it later on in life is just, it's just amazing to me.
Joe knew how to bring a team along. What a lot of folks never understood about Joe, that a lot of them thought, well, he's got a drawing card from Haywood and Frank and all, no wonder he has those good teams. They were misreading that altogether. I know why he had good teams. Every Saturday morning, he'd have a boy in for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. When he'd leave, another one would come. He developed individuals and then he put them together as a team. That's why Joe Brown kicked everybody's tail.
Oh, I've tried. Everything that you do, you'd strive to hope that you could do as well as he does, or with the same impact that he has made. That's a huge goal. Fall short all the time, but still, you know, as a person, as a teacher, as a coach, and now as an administrator, I would say if I could even come close to filling his shoes, would be great. I would have accomplished a huge stride in my life if I could do that.
His character greatly influenced the first 30 years of my life. Since that point, he's proven something that he told me the last time I saw him. He told me he loved me, and I love him. And all he's done all his life, in my regard, has proven that that's exactly. I wasn't just a player for him. I was somebody he cared about, and he became the role model of my life.
He's helped me so much over the years, and he's helped kids that I've coached that, for one reason or another, I may not be able to reach, and it just seems like Mr. Brown has a way of talking to kids, and I've told him the same thing for weeks, and he comes in and in 15 minutes he may say the exact same thing, and they respond to Mr. Brown, and he's just has an amazing gift.
And it didn't matter if you were the best player, it didn't matter if you were coming off the bench last, Coach stuck with you for life, and he knew you.
I hope we got a whole lot more basketball ahead of us because, man, he makes my life easier when, he comes in here and he shoots with these guys, and, he helps us and he gets us on track. I can tell a kid 15 different ways, on how to shoot a basketball, and then Joe can come in here and he can just grab them and he can talk to them and just kind of whisper something in their ear, and it's almost like they just grasp it. So, he's the shot doctor. I don't know what he's got. He's got some type of voodoo magic that he can just fix you.
He was the best communicator that I've ever met. When our teams went into a game, we were prepared in every facet of the game.
Probably one of the biggest memories I have, or memories, was just in practice. Just watching him work with those kids. He was a coach that, it seems like these days a lot of coaches have the mentality, what can you do for me as a player? Mr. Brown never was like that. He was always, what can I do for you?
I think one of the big things that I picked up from Coach Brown, or try to emulate from Coach Brown, is that the fact that he's such a good person. He goes out of his way for everyone.
We had practice one Christmas break, and the high school did. I believe I was in the 7th grade, and it was snowing, and snow on the ground, and we had come to the gym and had practice, whatever. And then when we left, Dad always liked to read the newspaper, and so we pulled into the store over here, just like he did every day, to get a newspaper. And he got out and went in and got some change and come back out and bought a paper. And he got back in the truck, and he looked down and he said, well, looky there, I grabbed 2 papers out of that paper box. And I said, well, that'd be all right. And he said, no. He said, I'll be right back. And he got out of the truck and went back in the store and got some more change, and come out and put money in the paper box and put that extra paper back in there. And paper didn't cost very much money, but that was the point. He was worried about somebody else not getting the paper, and that's just the way he's lived his life. Is he's always tried to take care of somebody else and help other people.
Well, I'm going to say this before I say any happy birthdays, and I mean this from my heart. If I had had a son, I'd have wanted him to be just like Joe Brown.
I'm grateful for our just basketball relationship. I'm just grateful for the relationship that he's given me off the court.
You know, Mr. Brown, I want to tell you happy birthday. I want to tell you how much I love you and I respect you. You have meant the world. Just the fact that you check in on us after every ball game or when you can after ball games that you're not already there.
Coach Brown, I want to wish you a happy birthday and tell you that I appreciate you for all you've done for me and my family. And thanks for being such a positive influence in my life. And I can't think of a better person to look up to than you, and I always have and always will.
Coach, I appreciate everything that you have ever done for me to help me on my way in life's journey and to get me to the person I am today. And I thank you for it.
I love you, Coach, and I'm just proud to get to coach this team that you left me, and I'm proud to have known you as a man.
It gives me great honor to look up and know that you've walked in the gym when we're about to play, and I can never thank you enough, and I appreciate you.
Coach, I just want to say I love you, always have, always will. I would have run through a wall for you back in 1971 to 75. I'd still do the same thing today.
Thank you for everything you've done for me in my life. I appreciate you every day. And I just want to say happy birthday. And I'm sorry I cried through the whole thing, but you made a huge impact in my life. And I'm so, so, so thankful. And I just hope that one day you can say I'm proud of all the changes that you made in this town, because you have done so much for the town of Savanna and the school of Savanna and all of the alumni that's came through since you've started. I hope I have half the impact that you've had.
I do wish him a happy birthday and many more years of good life.
I can't tell you the contribution that you've given me, the love and support, time and effort. I will never be able to repay you for what you've given me in my life. You've been a mentor and a role model forever, and I just want to tell you I love you and I appreciate you very much, and I wouldn't have done or been where I'm at without you, so thank you.
Coach, thank you for everything you've ever done for me, Coach. I love you to death. You've been there for my family. You've been there with my grandkids. You've treated my grandkids with so much kindness and love, and I love you for that. And thank you, Coach. Happy birthday, and go Dogs.
Coach Brown is a true gentleman and loved by many. Happy birthday, Coach.
Happy birthday, Coach. I appreciate everything that you've done for me in my life, and I wish you the best. I love you.
78, Coach, happy birthday. 78 is like the new 58. So I think you're good to go. I just love you so much. And I owe a lot of I owe a lot of the success in my life, personal life and everything. I owe a lot of that to you.
Coach Brown shares a birthday with my mom and dad. So all their birthdays are the same day. So I'll never forget Coach Brown's birthday. And every chance I get, I always message Miss Brown and let her know, tell Coach I said happy birthday and stuff. But this time, Coach, I want to tell you happy birthday. Every time I've seen you since I was a kid, since I've been an adult, every time I get to see you and sit with you and you pat my leg and rub my back and tell me you love me, I tell you that I love you also, but I really do love you. And I appreciate you and I thank you for all that you did for me when I was a kid and all that you do for me now as an adult.
They're calling this the heart of a legend, which I love. And I would say the reason you're a legend in my mind is because of your heart.
Coach, want to wish you a happy birthday. You've been a great influence on so many people, and we love you.
And I am thankful that you taught me and coached me more than just how to play basketball, but how to have character and integrity and to be a man. And I'm thankful for that. Happy birthday.
Hey Grandpa, just wanted to let you know how much we all love you and that we all want to wish you a happy birthday, and it's real important to all of us that you understand how much you mean to us and how much of an impact you've made on all of our lives.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. I'm so happy that and blessed that you're my grandpa and that we're lucky enough to have you in our family. Reagan and I love you more than you'll ever know, and we're so thankful for you and the support you've showed us since we've been together, and we just love you and hope you have the best day.
Dad, I just want to say happy birthday, and I love you with all my heart. And I'm so thankful that I get to call you mine.
I wanted you to know that you sure laid down a good template for my husband and us all. You raised an extraordinary family, and I'm proud to be a piece of it. Happy birthday.
Well, Dad, happy birthday, and I love you, and I hope you have a great day, and I want to thank you for everything that you've done for me in my lifetime and still doing, and playing for you as a player, I wouldn't trade it for nothing, and I sure wish we could do it all over again. I love you.
As far as I was concerned, he's an all-American boy.
Alone in my apartment, I should have seen the warning sign. Money don't come easy, so most of us are chained to being busy till we can earn a little peace of mind. What does it mean to be free? To be free in this American dream. Oh, help me believe life is more than what we've been told it's supposed to be. Oh, la la let me be. La la let me be. La la let me be free. La la let me be. La la let me be. La la let me be free. And it's such a mystery. We're still repeating our histories, even with the warning sign. Please help me out. Frustrated that this is the selfish world that we've been given. Oh, can we try and help each other out? So la la let me be. La la let me be. La la let me be free. La la let me be. La la let me be. La la let me be free. So what does it mean to be la la let me be, la la let me be free. La la let me be, la la let